to Skyway Classics YouTube channel. We're now going for a ride on our 1968 Chevy Chevelle Convertible. Of course, you know 68 was the first year for this particular buy style, leading up to the 69. One way to tell the differences in the taillights and in the fenders if you really know what you're looking for. Another fun fact, the 68 was the only year that came with the nice style vent windows. Sad to believe they got rid of that. But anyway, going to the one we have here featuring a full-on red exterior, featuring a black manual top, and I will say it again, it is a manual top. Other than that, it does have the nice style American Racing gray wet rims on it. Get a little bit of a nicer modern style look. But anyway, you also see it does have the standard edition hood because this was featured as a Malibu, not a Super Sport. If you do know the difference between the two, you're a genius. If not, you can always clone it anyway. But anyway, let's move on to the inside, featuring an automatic on the column, very commonly seen in all the Malibus. In fact, back when I had my 69, I used to lay on the front seat every day until people told me I had to go into class. But anyway, you can also tell in the cluster difference between the 68 and the 69, almost like the 60 and 69 Camaros. But going in a little bit more, you do have the old school Delco radio with an aftermarket Pioneer underneath the dash. Having two aftermarket gauges for better accuracy, it is a little bit of a nice touch. But the upholstery on the seat feels really nice. The seats feel very good. Like I said, you got the wind-up crank vent window. You have the cranks for the regular windows. And other than that, you got the one single mirror on the left side. Handling pretty well, but as we move on to the engine bay, actually featuring a 350 small block, looking from the numbers, and it is always good you look up the numbers on your engine to know what you're getting, featuring the basic code 39710, having the basic from a 350 or a 302 if you really want to look it up. Other than that, it is a pretty smooth motor for what it is, featuring headers, aftermarket valve covers, but the way it handles is good, and especially for a 68 convertible, handles very well, looks very well. But I think as for now, though, it is time we just cruise a little bit, get turned around and up on the lift. So if you have a moment, just stay tuned with us to see the underneath.